levering myself backward against his weight and didn't notice the huge form that seemed to materialize out of the darkness and was lumbering right for us. My fight-or-flight switch toggled until I remembered that I was in Wismar, Pennsylvania, where the crime blotter was filled with heinous acts like stolen lawn ornaments and public intoxication. Didn't matter that it was after 10 o'clock and I was alone in the dark parking lot. The only thing I needed to watch out for were the raccoons that raided the dumpster after hours. The dog was practically levitating at the sight of the man. The giant form was backlit by the lights on the building, giving him the perfect horror movie silhouette. But if the runaway boxer belonged to the guy, he couldn't be all bad, right? And if he was bad, maybe the dog would defend me, and we'd make the front page of the Wismar Register? I leaned over to grip his collar tighter now that he'd kicked into overdrive, and in the split second that I looked down, I didn't see the edge of the asphalt, the obnoxious lump of black that ringed the lot that I kept complaining about to my landlord. I wasn't the first person to trip on it, but I was the first to swan dive because of it, scraping my knees, then landing on my stomach with a muffled oof that didn't let on how absolutely agonizing the fall was. The dog never even paused to check on me as he took off for the guy. "Shit, are you okay?" The voice carried over to me as I tried to pinpoint which part of my body hurt the most. My knees were screaming, my palms felt like they were embedded with shards of glass, and my chest and stomach were going concave, but my wrist? No words. Worst of all, I was mortified that someone else had witnessed it. I sat up slowly. "Looks like that really hurt." The guy had jogged over and was kneeling next to me while what was unmistakably his dog jumped in circles around us. "Yeah, I'm fine." It was a lie, and we both knew it. When I finally found the nerve to look at his face, I froze. "You." "Hey, Chels." Up until that moment, it had been an unseasonably warm September night, but a chill rolled through me as I tried to process why Andrew Gibson was squatting next to me in my parking lot. "What are you doing here?" I watched his face cycle through a series of emotions, but before he could answer, his dog hunched over and made a deposit just a few feet away from us, buying his person time in the form of 3 perfectly shaped logs. The dull pain seeping through my limbs was completely at odds with my reflexive reaction to seeing Andrew. Heartbeats speeding to triple time, the urge to stand a little taller, heat rushing to my face that I hoped he couldn't see in the dim light. It was like every part of me automatically recalibrated to trying to look cute, despite my actual feelings for him. I hated my body for betraying me. Andrew slapped his jacket pockets. "Damn it, I don't have a bag on me. Do you?" "Does the woman who owns a dog training school happen to have an extra poop bag on her?" I winced as my palm rubbed against my back pocket, then handed him the eco-friendly bag. It was just like Andrew to let his dog run wild and forget to carry one of the core components of responsible pet parenthood. I rose to my feet slowly while he picked up the mess. "That's some quality poop. Nice work," Andrew said to his dog. I saw him flash a thumbs up, and the dog wiggled harder, then jumped up and rebounded off his chest. He barely budged, but then again, it wasn't like a 65-pound dog could have much of an impact on someone as massive as Andrew. He was big when we were in college, but the Andrew staring me down in my parking lot was certifiably gigantic. It seemed like he'd also gained a few inches of height, in addition to the muscles he'd packed on, as if his entire body had kept growing well past puberty into this man-shaped mountain. His sandstone Carhartt jacket was unzipped, exposing a simple gray t-shirt that fit like he'd never eaten a carb. It was hard not to gawk at him, despite the fact that when I caught him in profile, I noticed a tiny man bun at the crown of his head. How did he manage to make it look good? My best friend Samantha had told me during one of our gossip